throughout the years, my husband would come home drunk and he would want sex from me. And at the beginning of our relationship, it was like, ooh, you're drunk. Let's have a little bit of fun. But 8 years into our relationship, it was just kind of like, this is old and it's just not fun. This could be a trigger warning for some of you when I explain some things. It just got to the point of just like, it was sloppy. I was doing all the work. It just wasn't fun to do this with him at that point of him being drunk. And so, throughout the years, I would do it, but then I started just to tell him, no, I don't like who you are when you're drunk. I don't like having that intimate time with you when you're drunk. I just don't like it. And so he'd sneak into the room and he'd try to wake me up, and I'd say, no, it's okay. No, I'm good. And then he'd let me drift off to sleep, and then he'd wake me up again. And that would continue for an hour to 2 hours. And it was like a slow torture. Have you ever tried to drift off to sleep and then someone or something wake you up and then you start to drift off and then it doesn't? But imagine it over and over again for an hour to 2 hours. But almost every week it would happen. And one day it just got to the point I was at my breaking point, because I'm just like, I'm continually telling you no. Now, of course, I would be intimate with him any other time, but just when he's drunk, it is a hard no for me. It is a trigger for me now. The damage that he has caused in my brain. But so this specific day, I yelled at him for the first time, and not for the first time, but for this reason. Of course, we have had heated arguments. Yes, absolutely. Where we have fought, but we were never physical. But this night he came home wanting the same thing. And I'm just like, no, please just let me sleep. Please. Like, I'm begging him, please. It's 1:00 in the morning. I have to go to work. Just please. And same thing, let me drift off, and then he'd wake me up. So finally I said, leave me alone, let me sleep. And he looks at me, and then he just goes, bam, 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 and he just punches me. And now I'm so shocked that he just did it. I start to cry, and I'm like, I can't believe that you just did that. And I go off into the bathroom and console myself, crying, and I can just hear him yelling out of the door like, oh, you don't want to do it with me? I'm your husband, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't like who you are when you're drunk. I don't like it. These are the things I had to deal with all the time.